It's been a while. Hopefully I remember what I was doing last time. Oh, I misspelled the stream title. There we go. Everything's going good. It looks like it. Hold on, I need to testing. Testing 1, 2, 3. Alright. Alright. Starting the trial. Here we go. Oh wait, it's 2/22. This is literally only 2 days ago. Man, oh man, that would have been perfect if I played this on. Oh, damn it! No, no, I'm gonna tell John. Yeah, I would have been to stream that day, not like this. Ah, that's a shame. Oh well. The Old Bailey. This place always makes me feel strange. I seem to get chills down my spine and break out in a nervous sweat all at the same time. So close. You know what? I'm gonna have to type that in, huh? So close.
Come on, man! I was so close! I was so close, man! God damn it! I was so close!
Well, I didn't think I'd be back here so soon. That's my line. Oh, geez, you. Good morning! Ah, good morning, Mr. Natsume. It was only 2 days ago that was declared not guilty here. Yes, we somehow managed to prove he didn't stab Miss Green in the back. But now this! Another morning, another murder, then here I am again in this hellhole! Kid, keep coming to court! I don't even think he's right. It really does seem as though he's cursed. What's I never heard of? I'm afraid I have bad news. Oh! Mr. Natsume, good morning. Yes, morning. So, here we are again. Yes, again. Your source doesn't miss a beat. We could talk about Squires. Where's the bad news? Oh dear. You heard, did you? You kept it shouting at the top of your voice? People get up! I hear what you're saying! Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. You've done nothing wrong, Mrs. Sato. Now what is it? Well, it seems that the prosecution in today's trial will be led by Lord Barak Runzeeks. Okay, so that's not bad news. Also, thanks for the host, Twitch. It's not working again. Wait, Twitch. So that's not bad news. That's I was kind of hoping for a new prosecutor, honestly, but oh well. Maybe later. Van Zeeks. Yeah! Oh no! Oh no! 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 So-called Reaper of the Bailey, the most legendary prosecutor in the land. In a trial 2 days ago, he pursued Sasaki-san and I relentlessly. Of course, by the skin of our teeth. We managed to pull through, but still. Perhaps Mr. Natsume's acquittal in the last trial wasn't the end of the matter, after all. Yes, I know what you're thinking. Legend of the Reaper that says, nothing can save a person in the dock when Lord Van Zieks is the prosecutor. Oh no! That even if the person is found not guilty, the accused will meet a mysterious end one way or another. We've experienced it firsthand. The man we successfully defended met the most terrifying end after his acquittal, right here in the Old Bailey. But he was guilty anyways. Oh, do I have to put up with those ice cold eyes? Pouring out of my soul again! Curse my evil spirits and down to the Reaper! Appearing pairs, potentially! What if it's potentially? At least you appear to have hope, Mr. Natsume. Look, I'm sorry, Mr. No, Esquire. Yes? I'm innocent! You have to believe me! Don't worry, we'll know. Don't worry. I'll be your steadfast ally every step of the way in this battle, I promise. This promises to be a hard battle, I fear. Well, the trial is scheduled to begin shortly. We should move into the courtroom. Let's go. Oh yes, I forgot to say. I'm afraid he won't be able to make it. Mr. Sholmes, I mean. What? Why is that a bad thing? That's probably for the best. Yeah, exactly. Like, he's never been in the courtroom, but well, I guess he was. Well, not at this point. He wasn't at the court. He didn't make the courtroom appearance yet because that was case 5 in that game. So it's probably better if he's just not in the courtroom. Oh, if he were here, I might be tempted to rely on his help, and that could be seen as a weakness. If Lord Van Zieks were to notice, he'd prey on it mercilessly. At least, that's my gut feeling. Mr. Naruto. You're right! Yes, you're right! Oh, well said, look, well said! I surrender the sword at my side and all the spirit of Kazuma that it harbors. I'll show him what a Japanese lawyer can do. I'll set you free with honor. Oh, yes. I guess I should tell John that the post notification still did not go off. Stupid Twitch is even been dumb with the emotes today. Comma emote doesn't work consistently. I'm sorry I keep doing this, but I'm just talking because I can't talk to John on stream because he wants to stay away from these because blind. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare the willingness to proceed. The prosecution is ready. The defense is ready, my lord. Readiness for the trial, my learned police friend, is not what the defense needs. What you need is readiness for your inevitable defeat. It's not just in my imagination, it's really there. Lord Van Zieks has such an animosity towards us Japanese for some reason. Yeah, I want to know his story. We never did get to know his story. It goes back 5 years. It was some time ago that he first became known as the Reaper of the Bailey, I believe. The past few years, he hasn't appeared in court at all. Yet now he's back in the courtroom, though, for some reason. Only when I'm defending. This Reaper, with his curious disdain for us Japanese, is a prosecutor shrouded in mystery. Still, this isn't the time to be pondering that. I have to concentrate on Saseki-sen's trial. Furthermore, I now call upon the 6 ladies and gentlemen of the jury. You have been chosen at random to represent the will of the people in this trial. Are you ready to fulfill your duty? Absolutely. I have a feeling this Larrikin was innocent before. Oh, it's you again? Come on! I must say, especially ruthless on days when my hat refuses to sit right. We're getting all the same guys. Oh, well, I rather like how you're wearing your hat. I think the ruthless look is very fetching, actually. Oh, you're new. What? Why the male text when you actually have a female voice? Or when you're clearly female? I need to be somewhere at 10 o'clock. I have a very important meeting. Let's make this quick. Oh,
I can't agree more. I need to take home 5 blob tonight or the missus will go through the roof.
old man. Oh, Mario. But now you've got the female voice, but you're clearly an old man. I know this is. Oh, may the Lord show us all the light here and lead his flock into a righteous verdict. British jury system is so very different to our own, isn't it? It's quite extraordinary to think that the power of judgment is in the hands of 6 members of the public, and that the judge can only pass sentence when all the jurors are in agreement about the defendant's guilt. I have a feeling like I have a feeling that they like swapped the 2 jurors accidentally. 6 citizens of London chosen at random, or at least that's the idea. Yeah, that's the idea. Considering I've seen 5 of the 6 multiple times, that lady's definitely new though.
The prosecution would draw attention to the fact that the accused was on trial here but 2 days ago. Accordingly, where possible, the same jurors have been asked to return for duty today.
Oh. Okay, that's why. They chose the exact same jurors, but that's interesting. Then why is a new juror? Very well, let us commence the trial. Who was in... Oh, it was the old... It was... I forgot her name. The wife of the other guy. And she was... She was proven to be relevant to the case, so yeah. I can't remember the Garrisons. Yes, the Garridebs, whatever. Miss Joan Garrideb, that's what her name is. But she was relevant to that trial, so they got someone new. I see. I've already read. Lord Von Zeeks, your opening statement, please.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, it is not the intent of the prosecution to cast doubt over your past decision. However, the innocent verdict afforded to this eccentric Nipponese before has had dire consequences. Did the accused repent for his wrongdoing in that affair? Far from it. Instead, he is threatening to perpetrate a most blood-curdling crime, namely, that of the attempted murder of his neighboring lodger, an innocent Englishman. To explain the circumstances of the crime, the prosecution calls its first witnesses to the stand.
Oh, you're already getting rid of the cape? Alright.
The detective responsible for investigating this scene, and the accused himself.
What? You're gonna put him on the stand? Okay. You munch those fries.
Witnesses, your names and occupations, please.
Yes, sir. Tobias Gregson, Detective Inspector at Scotland Yard's Homicide Division.
This is not gonna even say from the American. The government ordered me to come here as a student to study your language and culture. Mr. Natsume. Yes, my lord, sir. I'm quite sure I'm not mistaken. that you swore an oath never to set foot in my courtroom again. I remember it as if it were yesterday.
The day before, in fact, my lord. But close enough.
Oh, believe me, this is the last place I want to be.
Spectre, let's hear from you first. Explain the case for the court.
Right, your eyes, sir.
Yeah, I can use a refresher. It's been a while.
The incident occurred in the Turnabout household where the defendant had lodgings. In the ground floor room of the victim, Mr. William Shakespeare.
Oh, jeez, man.
The defendant has already admitted to visiting the victim on the night in question. Mr. Shakespeare collapsed in his room as a result of poisoning by strychnine.
Strychnine.
It was found the following morning when the landlord, suspecting something was wrong, broke down the door.
This means, I presume, that the door to the victim's room was locked at the time of the incident.
Correct, my lord. It was locked from the inside. Making entry to or exit from the room impossible.
Although the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, lives to tell the tale. He very nearly did it. The man was halfway to heaven when we first found him. I was the first officer on the scene, my lord. And I have a photograph printed. Here, I took a little time to show how it looked.
Look at this graph.
Yes, a terrible scene, indeed. The man looked very much deceased. That's right. Everyone present believed that's exactly what he was.
Oh, that was probably the judge that said he looked pretty deceased. Whoops. Very well, I shall accept this photographic print as evidence for the court. Now that Mr. Natsume. Yes! As the defendant, do you have anything to say at this juncture? Haunted! Haunted by Good gracious, what's haunted? My lodgings! They've been upstairs! I'm straight down into my lodgings! The tenant before me died in mysterious circumstances. The woman was stabbed by no one was on the street outside. My neighbor was poisoned! And me! What about me? I've been nearly killed countless times! Kill Mr. Natsume? How? You know, a fateful night happened. When I returned from Mr. Shakespeare's room, my guest within 5 minutes into the bed before long. Stove went out. And somebody tried to kill me! You must always extinguish all fires before retiring for the night, Mr. Natsume. It's so cold! My running nose would freeze. The point is, I didn't poison my neighbor. Why am I being accused of this? Why is my existence so cursed? Thank you, witnesses. I believe we have a reasonably clear picture of the events.
If I could place one more point, my lord. One more. Conclusive point.
Conclusive? Go on.
Fortunately, the victim, Mr. Shakespeare, has regained consciousness after our ordeal.
Oh boy.
And he has named the true culprit. The poison consumed by the victim was administered in a cup of tea that he drank on the night in question. Tea, my lord, was brought to the victim's room by the accused.
The accused? Good grief! Order! Yes, that's the crux of this whole case. Oh yeah, I remember he did tell us in the detention center. If Sasaki-san is innocent, then why? Why does the victim accuse himself? Or why does the victim accuse him? Well, Mr. Natsume, what do you have to say to this accusation? Anything is, I didn't take the personally treated with me when I visited Mr. Shakespeare's room as a gift. The public water department outside always freezes at night. So bottled water is specially to make it. And this is the result. Never touch the tea again, never! The public pump was frozen, you say? That's not information we've heard before. That will do, thank you. Now, according to our laws, the defense must have the opportunity to cross-examine witnesses at least once. Therefore, I call upon these witnesses to now for a formal testimony. I presume the prosecution has no objection.
None whatsoever, my lord.
The only prosecutor that would object to that would be Von Karma. Thankfully, he's not here, and he's never was born at this point. Good. Then you will give your account of events on the night in question to the court now. Yes, my lord. Catastrophic night. Oh, jeez. It was around 9 o'clock. I was eating when I visited my neighbor. I took some tea with me as a gift. We had a literary debate over a nice hot drink. And when I went back to my room around 11, my tea was completely useless. He could have locked the door behind me, otherwise could he?
Strike 9 takes some time to have an effect on the body. People don't kneel over immediately after taking it. The victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. The argument still stands.
Yes, I see. It all seems relatively straightforward. Excuse me, but that testimony does raise another rather crucial point, I think. Mr. Natsume claims his tea to have been harmless. Presumably, though. The teacups have been examined for traces of the poison, haven't they? Why didn't I think of that? Maybe you should make a lawyer, Susato. Oh, wait.
Well, as it happens, no. We haven't been able to.
What? Did I hear you correctly, Inspector? Scotland Yard has failed to examine the suspect substance? How could you have overlooked something so important? Isn't that the first thing you should have done?
My learned Japanese friend is falsely incensed. The inspector said Scotland Yard was unable to examine the tea. Not that it was overlooked.
Unable? Why?
It's simple enough. There's none left. Not a drop.
What, you can't detect traces of poison inside the cup? Surely like a lip mark or something? That's a reference to case 3-3, by the way. Wait, is it? Yeah. 3-3 or 4-4.
Someone must have been very thirsty indeed.
The current scientific techniques is not possible to test for poison under such circumstances.
Yeah, okay, no wonder.
We only need a drop, but that one drop does actually have to exist, funnily enough.
Okay, so they can't trace poison in a cup. They just have... They have to actually take the trace from a drop instead. That's a little dumb, but I'm gonna... we're back in the 1890s-ish. So yeah, I'll let it slide.
The luck of the examination notwithstanding, it appears nothing other than the tea passed the victim's lips on the night in question.
I see, thank you. The matter is clear.
Cast your eyes over the jury, my learned friend.
What?
You can see in their faces, I'm sure, the recognition of the accused's guilt. Your client's fate is all but sealed. In mere moments from now, you will lose, and your compatriot will be damned for all eternity.
He's right. I can feel all 6 of the jurors looking daggers at me. Smack. But I can't let them beat me down. I won't. Counsel for the defense, proceed with your cross-examination. Yes, my lord. Here we go. I'm gonna take a sip first. Delicious. You know the rules, press everything. Were you and your neighbor good friends then? Oh no! We weren't friends! No! Never! A simple no would have sufficed. Then, why did you decide to pay him a visit? Mr. Shakespeare's has having great literary knowledge. As a fellow scholar of English literature, we've had much to talk about together.
Come now. No Nepalese can understand the finer points of English literature.
That's racist. And on the 9 in question, that was a topic of conversation as well, I presume. It was the day of my last trial when I was acquitted. I just arrived back in my lodgings when I ran into Mr. Shakespeare outside on the street. That was around 6 o'clock. We exchanged 1 or 2 pleasantries, but as soon as it soon turned into a heated discussion. He was on his way out at the time though. So I promised to visit his room as I gave him a line to continue our debate. But I have ill intentions. No! Not one! Not two! Not any! Not at all! Never! Ever! Simple no would have sufficed, I feel.
To tell the court what it did happen when you visited the victim's room.
Literally debate about Shakespeare's works. I think you said, didn't you? Shakespeare? Ah, very worthy topic of conversation, I must say. Oh yes, my lord! Romeo! Othello! Who was stronger? What's my following presently reportedly? Romeo and Juliet?
Who is stronger?
I know I'm gonna regret asking this, but how did the debate go? Well, we both agree that we reach a conclusion more quickly with a reenactment. So we battled it out. In Greco-Roman style, naturally. Well, what? What? What indeed? Mr. Shakespeare knows sorts of costumes in his room for just such a contest. So when you say a reenactment, you mean you were actually in costume? Romeo. No. I've got my head on the keyboard right now. After a biggest wild tussle, I and Juliet came on top. A victor out chairs forever. Dare not imagine the terrible scene of carnage.
The fact remains that it was you who prepared the tea and took it to the victim, correct?
I poured the water in my room and made a pot to take with me. I heard he was too poor to have tea himself, you see. It's true, there was no sign of any tea leaves in the man's room. I wanted to do something nice, to be friendly. So why is everyone looking at me with such suspicion? My day was heartless, of course I was! Do you have any basis for that statement, witness? Jeez, man. Yes, there was not a drop of tea left in the victim's room anywhere, was there?
That's correct. Anyone would think the fella had never had a pot of tea before. He must have licked it dry. Which is a pity, because one drop is all we would have needed to analyze it for poison.
You say that you returned home to your room at 11 o'clock, Mr. Natsume. Yes, definitely. I haven't ever thought, swear.
The landlord was able to verify that as it happens. He confirmed that the defendant went back to his room at 11 that night.
How is the landlord able to attest to this?
He said it was the lamps, I believe.
The lamps, Inspector? When tenants return to their rooms and start using gas, the lamps in other parts of the house flicker. Yes, Mr. Garrett seems to pay a lot of attention to the comings and goings of his tenants. There's only one key in Mr. Shakespeare's room. I know that for certain. So he must have locked the door himself from inside his room.
The victim has confirmed that to be the case, yes.
So I'm right, my team was harmless, completely harmless. If you take the poison, you die. Everyone knows that.
It's not that simple, I'm afraid.
What do you mean? Yeah, we go back to the testimony. Frickin' strike 9. That's so dumb. How long does it take for symptoms to appear then?
According to the coroner speaking there in the yard, about 30 minutes after the poison's consumed.
That's a lot of time.
Then the victim suffers of violent convulsions, cramping and stiffness, and eventually dies from asphyxiation.
Ugh. So there's a 30-minute interval between when the poison is ingested and the onset of symptoms. Seems to be a lot of different types of poison in the world. That's for sure. Yeah, we know all that is about a poisoning case. Oh dear, death by poisoning again. It's always so awful. Yeah, again, keyword.
Darn it.
That's a complete wrong voice.
30 minutes is a long time. Certainly long enough for the victim to have locked the door behind the accused after he left.
Can't deny that. Further degrades Saseki-san's alibi.
The medical report from the doctor examined the victim here, my lord. It spells it out, really. The accused is the only person who could have done it.
Very well. The court will add this to report to the court record as evidence. At least it's not an autopsy report. Because he's still alive. Oh yes, I see it here. Delayed on onset of symptoms. Great. So we got new evidence. Let's look at this evidence. Oh yeah, let's double check. We have the secondhand book receipt. Yeah, this is from evidence from the other case. The 3 books that you have. The freaking street map that has. It's the same map. I don't know why we have this. Freaking bar of soap with the thing on the bottom. What? Hold on. I thought. Wait. There was a yellow thing here, or red thing. Oh, what is it, Mr. Howard? This bar of soap. When we first found it, I could have sworn there was some sort of round disc in the depression just here. A reddish one. Yeah, like. Okay, I'm glad I checked this then. Yes, you're right. I remember it too. But now the depression is completely empty. Where could the disc have gone? Huh. Oh, glad I checked. Oh, we have the torn off piece of envelope. Oh, I've already checked this. Blah 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 blah. The envelope was torn off. It wasn't ripped. It wasn't done it so in the right way. Freaking pair of teacups. I don't think I've examined this. Yeah, I haven't examined this piece of evidence. You can see the rim. This must be the cup that Mr. Shamesby was drinking from then. It's stained on the inside. Tea does that, I'm afraid. Even green tea. Oh, really? I never noticed it before. You never noticed? Well, I never leave it in my cup long enough to leave a mark. I like to gulp it down. Drink tea while it's hot! That's the Japanese way, isn't it? Oh dear. Some of these people seem to have the wrong idea about our culture. And most of them are Japanese. Okay. What about the other cup? The other cup wasn't This is the teacup from which Mr. Natsume was drinking. Yeah, it's unlike the other one. The inside of the cup is completely clean. I suppose I must have drunk the contents of the tea before the tea had a chance to leave a mark. I always gulp it down too. Sorry, Mr. Naruto? Well, if you just sip it little by little, it goes cold. Clearly, I should have instructed you the proper way to take tea. Okay. I guess I have to examine both teacups then. You can see their lip marks. Oh, you can also... Oh, this is also a good indicator. Okay, the 2 lip marks are like on the same side. Which means... likely... Hold on, if I can get this back in the... I'll probably reset it like this. Yeah, there we go. Well, my point here is, because of where the lip marks are, it's very likely that Shakespeare's left-handed, Natsume's right-handed. Cause you would like have to hold the cup in that hand in order to like sip it the way they're drinking it. So that might play into a factor. Here's a crime scene photograph. I'm assuming this. Yeah, this is exactly. Well, this is this. I wonder what this mark is. Is that T? That could be T. Okay, let's look at the medical report. There. William Shakespeare, 31. Cause of coma, ingestion of a small quantity of strike 9. Toxic effects present 30 minutes after ingestion. High likelihood of substance being mixed into blah 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 blah. No sample could be obtained for testing. Poisoning incident occurred at around 1:30 a.m. on the 21st of February. Access from the victim's pocket watch that appears to have broken when the man collapsed at the delay on sign of symptoms. No container for poison was found at the scene. Yeah, that sounds about right. Alright, all that, and let's just press. The argument still stands, you say.
This is what Mr. Natsumi has been saying, isn't it? The pair of them drank tea together that night. So if there was poison in it, the victim would not have been able to lock the door after the accused left later on.
Exactly! Ah! Me and my tea are innocent! Sweet innocent, I told you!
I'm afraid, sir, that doesn't follow. You see, strike 9 is a slow-acting poison. In other words, it takes time for symptoms to appear. So you gotta have left the room up to 30 minutes after the victim drank the tea. As long as you did that, Mr. Shakespeare could have locked the door after you're gone.
But no! I drank the tea straight away! The battle over with Romeo and Juliet were stronger. That came after the tea.
Do you have any evidence to support that statement?
In my great homeland, the Empire of Japan, we were saying, drink tea while hot. Sure, a proverb will satisfy the prosecution. I'm afraid there's no conclusive proof to support the defendant's assertion. On the contrary, there is sufficient grounds to infer his guilt in this matter. Oh, dude. I'm glad I checked I'm glad I checked the cups when I did. No. That's the extent of their testimony, is it? I can voice a personal opinion, Mr. Naruto. Of course, go ahead. Mr. Natsumi is arguing for his innocence so adamantly, so persistently. Inspector Gregson just brushes what he says aside. It's really quite infuriating. I agree. So we need to find an inconsistency in what the inspector is saying, I think. I'm afraid so. To the extent the jurors are sure to find Mr. Natsumi guilty. As I see it, what we need to focus on is the poison in the tea. Let's listen carefully to this testimony again. Yes. Okay. So it's one of these two. And I'm gonna lean towards this one. Hold on, actually. So, victim would have been perfectly able to lock the door after his guest left. I have proof that no tea ring on the inside Mr. Natsume's cup. I'm gonna go on a whim and say this is it because I did examine this.
Objection.
No? Okay. Fine. My last statement was contradictory in a number of ways. I think you're fine. A number of ways? A number of ways, you say? That's right, my lord. I'm about to get struck. Perhaps I should penalize you. Goodbye. Yeah, I made a bit of a mess of that. In a number of ways, I've actually... Okay. Alright, well... Hold on. Well, you're not actually saying that. Yeah, you're not saying that you have any proof of the. Like, I feel like they should have a sample. I'm gonna take a look at this. I feel so dumb. Is this? I feel like it's this one. Wait a minute, 1:30 a.m. But yeah, poisoning occurred at 1:30. Well, but Natsume showed up back to his room at 11. That's a 2.5 hour gap. Does it say anything about the gap? Around 11. I mean, it's worth a shot. Yeah, here we go. Mr. Natsume, you said it was 11 p.m. when you left to return to your room, correct? Yes! Inspector Gregson, can we rely on the information in the medical report unconditionally?
Of course we can. There's no problem with the report, Sunshine.
Yeah, straight mouth. Actually, I think there's a very big problem, because there's a chronological inconsistency between it and the defendant's testimony.
Incredible, right? What are you on about?
According to this report, the victim must have consumed poison at around 1:30 in the morning. And yet, the defendant, Mr. Natsume, left the victim's room at 11.
Ah!
Yes, that's right. There's more than 2 hours of missing time there. In other words, if there was poison in the tea that Mr. Natsume brought to the victim's room, how could the victim have fallen ill to it? 2.5 full hours after the defendant left.
Ah!
I like how they did the same animation. The defense's argument is entirely reasonable. How do you respond, Lord Van Zeeks? Oh, great. Here we go with the grape juice again. I gotta smack it against the candle.
Pray forgive the discourtesy if my mind has wandered. I was considering what cuisine would best complement the contents of my hollow chalice this luncheon. How could it have happened, you ask?
No, you're just gonna shatter it.
I do hate to shatter illusions, but my Nipponese friend appears to be chasing a phantom idea.
A phantom? Wrong case, buddy.
Is it so hard to imagine that the victim drank his tea after the accused had left? For example, at the time stated in the medical report, yes, at around 1:30.
Objection.
Mr. Natsume brought the tea with him to drink together with his neighbor. And in Japan, there's a well-known saying, drink tea while it's hot.
Objection.
Oh, I love that objection.
And in my country, there's an even more apt saying. There is nothing more refreshing than cold tea.
The point is, if there was such a long gap, there might maybe other ways to explain how the victim came to be poisoned. Other possibilities. Sort of possibilities, Counsel.
Uh-oh.
Well, for example, the man could have had another visitor.
Another visitor? That's a very bold assertion, my learned friend. From someone who has nothing to substantiate it. Or the victim could have taken the poison of his own volition. Suggest this may have been suicide, counsel.
Objection!
Mr. Shakespeare has categorically denied suicide. The idea can and must be discounted.
Objection!
But he could be lying. Oh, you're silent all of a sudden. Is something wrong, Lord Von Zeeks?
I was listening to the sound of the carriage pulling up outside the courtroom. Pray, forgive the discourtesy.
Carriage? What carriage?
It would seem that the key player in this case has just arrived.
Oh no!
Oh, brief candle, lights but the wicked shadow.
Yep, he's here.
A poor player that strips and frets the sour upon the stage, and then is heard no more.